It's code time. Oh, good morning, everybody. Pardon the fact that I look like I just got up because I kind of did. Welcome, Dry Bones. Thank you so much for stopping by. Holy shit, I am realizing that the chat is very slow. It's probably because I have it set to a very small FPS. I'm guessing. Let's see here. Just realize Yellow stream. Wait. Code coffee. How is everybody? Kind of had I hit a bit of a motivational high from yesterday because of yesterday's stream. Because I realized how much I had missed streaming, and I I just hit that point where I was like, you know what, I really just want to code the bot more, and so I kind of hit that moment this morning of like, am I what how am I gonna do this? Am I gonna record in off hours? Am I gonna do a thing? Well, if I'm gonna record and it's at what would roughly be normal hours, why not just stream it? Doing all right. Want to do math homework, but my brother is sleeping, so I got to keep quiet. For some reason, I got this image in my head of like heavy metal math homework, and it made me so happy. Just I sitting there, did differential equations. I have headphones on. That's a fair point. All right. Let's just pop right on into it. I am still in the process of working out the stream layout, the code layout. I just haven't really been in an artistic mode as of late. Now you got to have the guitar solo going in like, yeah. Oh, that's good times for a Sunday morning, I think. All right, so basically catch up from yesterday. We were reworking the config for the application, basically just moving a lot of the feature flag type info, the channel or the nickname information, yada yada yada. We moved that into config.yaml, and the intention is more or less that your channel name is your entry point into config. So that's kind of the simplification that I'm attempting to go for. Nick is MedgeLabs. And then there's a concept that I need to do here. Yeah. Yeah, I need to think about this. But so where we left off from yesterday is we were moving away from, and I need to start the bot because I keep forgetting to do that. I wish that could just be a part of the stream deck, to be honest. Source the access token and then go run. Channel MedgeLabs-all. Yeah. Allow. So basically I want to get away from this, which in previous incarnations, again, an English speaker attempting to speak English. How you doing? We got an invalid ledger line, which is interesting. Oh. Folks might have broke the ledger. Yeah, I might have actually broke the ledger. CatCam? Oh shit, I don't even have CatCam plugged in. As noted by this inconspicuous USB cable. Let's see here. Do I have the means necessary to set this up? No time to think about code. Let's see here. CatCam? Nope. Alright, CatCam does not have a thing because it's not hooked up. Because reasons? Huh. I mean, if it fits. Unfortunately, I don't have a cat near me. Let me see if I can get one of them to come back. Zelda, Billy. Maybe. Maybe not. Aw. That's gonna make me real sad. Oh, they're probably, yeah. Yeah, they're probably downstairs staring at the cats, at the outdoor cats. So let me complete all of these. It has been rejected, so it should be coming back to you. Hopefully. Oh man, I haven't gone through this thing in quite a while. I have Fuel's feature requests. Nobody with the Alt F4. Alt F4 is gonna make me so sad. Complete all. There we go. Nice. Yeah, this is the really like cheap looking camera, which I'm supposed to be turning my camera off and then turning the other camera on so it doesn't just completely wreck the Mac, but whoops. Okay, so I am noticing that the bot is not currently. It's noting that it's never seen you before, but it's not greeting you. Interesting. So more stuff to fix. Pause due to scroll. There we go. All right. So if a cat comes back through, and if one of them decides to camp out on the floor, I will turn the cat cam back on, as a free redemption. All right. So let's start with this. Oh, geez, didn't want to do that. So first and foremost, we need to clean this up a little bit. So let's grab this stuff, bring it down here, bring it down here, save that up, and beautiful. All right, so now what I would like to do is I would like to go back into, let's actually go into config.go. Yoink. Let's bring that over here just a little bit. And let's see what we got. So in the last bit, initialize configuration, we were reading from configuration, we forgot channel, so it wasn't actually grabbing the channel properly. And what I really should do is I should do a, I should have this return like a config or an error, I think. Yeah. If channel is empty or config path is empty, return config errors.new. Well, should probably do this a little bit more, a little bit better. Let's see here. Error, channel cannot be empty. And config.new. Being a little more explicit here. Although config path, we don't have to double check because we do this part. So we can do like that. So if the channel is empty, we error out. if this is empty, errors dot rf, this would be config return config. That's because we're in the wrong error package. We need package errors, not errors, because that doesn't make any sense at all. I'm starting to realize how I have a thing about sleeves. Like, I like my sleeves to be somewhere around the base of my wrist. But for this shirt, which is a Mozilla shirt, which is a good one, the sleeve is short, so that bothers me a little bit. But we must prevail. We have code to write. Right, so that should make that just a little bit more foolproof, which means that this is now conf error equals blah, blah, blah. If error does not equal to nil, then in this case, we would want to do log.fatalf, fatal init config send v error. There we go. I do still need to create a logging abstraction, but I haven't quite gotten there yet. All right. So now that that's done, let's start moving some of these over. Now there was an idea about or default, but yeah. I was thinking about it, but why not? So what do I need? I need a ledger. Oh. Oh, so this was in Ledger. What was this, Ledger Factory? Yeah, okay. That makes sense, which means that my README is incorrect. Secrets. Or was it in the was it in config.yaml? No. No, it was in config.go. Initialize and read from returns the nick. Ledger should match ledger factory.go. And then secrets store doesn't have it. No. Vault store factory. Or store factory. Secret store factory.go. There we go. That awkward moment when you leave comments in your code so that you don't get confused and the comments just confuse you. Because of course they do. IKEA is on the way. So I might have to take a brief pause to accept that delivery, but should be fine. No worries, Drybones. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. Right, let's see here. Alrighty. So now that we've got that part, now we need to do the feature flags. So for feature flags, I'm thinking something more or less like this. Creator enabled. Do I have alert command? Apparently I don't have alert command. Apparently I don't have a bot right now either, so that's interesting. Yeah. Something to fix. Oh, right, because I have Streamlabs. I need to get rid of that. Yeah. It's like, hey, I'm gonna replace Streamlabs, and then I just like partially replace Streamlabs in certain places. Whoops. I shall make that as a stream goal. Oop. Move all slobs chatbot commands into the bot. We shall attempt to do that today. And add lurk command. Why it has an extra thing there. There we go. All right. Oh, there's a kitty. Hello, Zelda. Let's see here. Can I activate cat cam? Hey. Zelda, come say hello. Oof, look at that frame rate. Terrible. That is actually a terrible frame rate. Well, I did add a bunch of USB things in the middle, but nah, details. All right, so now what we need is, let's see here, greeter enabled. Checks if the greeter feature flag. Well, greeter enabled, checks the greeter feature flag. Feature flag used in a very, very simplistic construct. So enable greeter or enable all. I don't currently have this as a value inside of Viper, so we can do like this. And we can say key equals c.config.get bool, and this is key. Oh geez, I can't do that. So flag key equals config.get bool. Key greeter.enabled. So it should look something like that. C.key. And then I think really it's just return flag key. I think. And in fact, we could even make that, well, I can make it an internal thing of basically looking like that, but 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, I think. We're still gonna have to write these functions as like, what is it? Greeter enabled, subs enabled, raid enabled. What all do I currently have? Greeter, commands, raids, bits, subs. Greeter. Okay, so greeter, commands, raids, bits, subs. There we go. Right, so let's see if I can do this. Greeter, commands, and then same thing. Raids. Oops. Raids. Bits. And yes, I do need to change the keys as well. Subs. All right. So this is raids. Bits. I think it's plural. I'll double check. Subs. Config YAML. Greeter. Channel points. Raids. Bits. Subs. We have subs and we have gift subs. Right. Hmm. I don't know. Weird. Did something happen just now? I feel like my channel points spiked. Oh yeah, maybe. It's like 450 for the watch streak. There's a thing for tuning in. Something else. I think. I don't remember, to be perfectly honest. But that's cool. More points. More points to do random stuff with. Let's see here. Greeter, commands, raids, bits, subs. So now the fun part is going to be, is this actually going to do what I want it to do? I feel like I can write a test for this. It would require a thing. I have 2 feature requests if only I had good ideas for features. I feel you there. I feel you there. I'm not a great ideator unless I have like a starting point. And when I don't have a starting point, I just kind of stare at it like, you want me to do what now? Let's see here. So this should be, I just want to double check this, get it as a Boolean. If that key is null, I'm assuming null is false. Yep, perfect. Okay. So if it's not present, then it's going to default to false. And that kind of matches with the whole idea of like feature flags built as opt-in rather than, built as opt-in. So we can do like that. The one caveat to this current implementation is that we don't really have a way to override it. So we're kind of doing this thing where the config cannot dynamically change, which might be fine. You can kind of consider your configuration as immutable, and if you wanted to change it, you had to restart the application. But yeah. Yeah. For Viper lookups. Let me do like that. Ow. It's like hurting my ear. Config serves. That's some English. If a bunch of bots that follow come in and you can't stop them, then exactly, the bots are slowly taking over. Reminds me. So I've been playing Factorio with a couple of friends of mine a lot lately, and I don't think this would necessarily be a spoiler because it's like all over the. Well, you have drones effectively that you can get in the later part of the game. And drones, they have logistics drones, and logistics drones are more or less exactly what the name implies. They are drones that can fly materials across your base. When you get to that point, and if you go like hardcore into drone delivery, it is chaos, and I love it. It's like your supply chain becomes so much simpler, but your demand suddenly goes through the roof. It's great. I'm imagining something similar will happen whenever, Amazon finally gets its approval for drone delivery, which will be phenomenal, by the way. It's like the minute that people start realizing that they can just order something and within like 4 hours it shows up at their door, demand's just going to go crazy. Real-time logistics? It's just practicing for the future? Exactly. Alrighty. So, greeter enabled, commands enabled, raids enabled, bits enabled, subs enabled. Now that is the thing, is that we will no longer have the option for the -all flag, which I think is okay. I keep saying that. You know what though? We can keep the -all flag. Yeah, we can absolutely keep the -all flag, because, so we don't keep these anymore. We just have an enable all. And now if we come down here, we can say conf dot commands enabled or enable all, handle commands. Conf dot greeter enabled, blah, blah, blah. Expiration time does need to come from a thing. Hello. Want to become famous? By the way, for people that were curious, that's how bigfollows.com kind of gets is able to do the thing that it does. It's like the click is what is it? The link, the clickable link is not what you expect it to be. It's like, it's bigfollows.com, but then the link takes you through like 17,000 ad tracker portals. It's hilarious. And by hilarious, I mean sketchy. Oh, we do also need the message format. You know? We do need this. We also need, so this is going to be a boop and a boop and a boop and a greet message format. This returns a string, and this is going to get string greeter dot message format. Greet message format returns the text template formatted string for greet messages.
So, how are you holding up?
Hey!
Because I'm a potato.
Now, interesting that I am not getting any sound for that still, but Shito, thank you so much for the resubscription. Tier 2 for 3 months. My dude, you are so kind. Welcome back to the lab, mate. How have you been? It has been a while. Oh, that just made me happy. How you doing, mate? Message format, return message format. I love yelling at the follow bots. The bots will never answer, yet I yell at them all the same. I mean, it's fun. It's to me, it feels like it has the same level of catharsis that like that wasting spam callers time has. It's yeah. Raids, bits, subs. There we go. Welcome back too. I know it's been a hot minute. I think you missed the. Did you miss stream from yesterday, Shito? I don't recall seeing you in stream yesterday. Which is perfectly fine. Just trying to remember if you heard the general spiel. Let's see here. So we got subs enabled, subs message format, bits enabled, bits message format, raids enabled, or raid message format, and greet enabled, and greet message format. Okay. So now this should become conf dot greet message format. Hey. This was a long time. Christmas between the last 3 weeks before my daughter will be born. Oh, congratulations! Are y'all excited? Are you ready? Well, as ready as I think you can ever be for a child coming. Work is a lot more. Same. That is more or less the TLDR as to where I've been. it has been a crazy time between what was it? Between Christmas and New Year, where I was just basically gone for the most part. And then it's been crazy. It's been really fun though. Work has been phenomenal. Like that whole process has just been phenomenal. Yes, we have a raid delay key as well. Second child, hey. So you kind of got the at a bare minimum, you at least know something is going to happen. Well, how did my sister put it? The first is trial by fire. The second is trial by coal. You at least know how to navigate it, but you're still gonna get burned or something like that. Was that my sister or was that my coworker? I think that was my coworker. My sister would have been way sweeter about it, because that's just the kind of person that she is. Okay, so we got the subs message format, conf.subs message format, and then we also need conf.gift subs message format, which we don't currently have, so let's run back to config.go. Just to kind of catch you up a little bit, Shito. So yesterday, I could not remember. I could not remember the majority of this code, to be perfectly honest. So I decided, as kind of like a catch up, if you will, for me, ease me back into the mix. I decided to do a configuration cleanup, because I had not done that. I had not actually succeeded in doing that prior, so I needed to actually do that. So that's ledger for the auto greeter. This should absolutely be in config. So let's see here. What is this? 1000 times 60 times 60 times 12. See, that still seems excessive to me. 12 hours, 2 seconds. Help me, Google. Yeah, okay. So the extra 1,000 is unnecessary. That's what I thought. Our daughter is so excited for. Oh, that's adorable. Oh, that is so adorable. I'm excited for you though. That's awesome. Let's see here. Delay seconds 2, and then greeter. Bit slow a phone. No worries, mate. I'm just kind of rolling right now. This was an unexpected Sunday stream, but I kind of woke up and went, I want to stream again. So I decided to. It's like, screw it, why not? Greeter. Okay, do I want this in greeter? Yeah, probably. Enabled. I'm pausing because technically the expiration keys would go into the ledger. It's almost like the ledger belongs in the greeter. So it'd be something like type, file, expiration time, 43,200. So then instead of a file ledger here, we would be very specifically creating a file ledger for the greeter. I'm gonna keep it like this for now. But that is something that is probably going to weigh on me a little bit, so I might go back and forth on that. I apologize in advance. Let's see here. So this will be greeter. Excuse me. Thank you. All of a sudden, my my entire throat was just like, "Oh, would you like to speak?" No. Bells me. Bang. God, I wish I had a like a Jacksepticeye style just hand bell, because I can't count the number of people that have said bells me in meetings over the last couple of weeks. Like that's a random thought, but like I've had on Zoom calls, I've sneezed accidentally, and somebody actually verbally said bells you, and my brain auto corrected it, so I just went, thank you. But it kind of made me afterwards go, bells me? Take a bell, bang on the head. You sneezed! Bong! Well. Nope. Cat. Out for 10 to 15 minutes. No worries, mate. I appreciate it. The cat has gotten so fat. Me put that back. There we go. It might stick for a little bit. Hello, Toaster Pastry. Welcome back to the lab. Thank you so much for stopping by. Everybody do the flop. Yep. That is the that is Zelda's natural state. The flop. All right. So let's see here. Greeter. Duration time checks the. It doesn't check the greeter feature flag. Let's see here. Greeter expiration time grabs the expiration time for the greeter ledger. Greeter expiration time. This will be a config.get int. This will be greeter.ledger.expiration time. There we go. I was having a strunk there. And this wouldn't be flag key. This would be just value. Return value. I feel like this shouldn't be flag key. This should be like flag value. It's little things, but it's little things like that that make me go, this should be better. So flag key, this should be flag value. I like my code to read naturally. My dog does this thing where he has one leg up and all the other legs are stretched out. Oh, I love that. I love that pose. It's so cute. All right, so that gives us the greeter expiration time. So now we can come back into main.go. This is an N64. Right. Do I have get int64? I do. So then this becomes an int64. And now expiration time becomes conf.greeter expiration time. So now this can come down here. Voila. In theory, this works. Ooh, change light color. I actually wonder how change light color is going to work with this. So I can flip the camera. What color would you like for the lights, Toaster Pastry? Let's see here. N64. Yo, dog. When we do things proper. You see, I'm kind of curious. So, oh yeah, that's not terrible. Ish. It's not great, but it's not terrible. Yeah, my lighting setup is very amateur. Whoa. No worries. Let's see here. So while that's getting sorted, so that is expiration time, greeter message format. One thing that I could do is I could just comment out Viper and then look for all of these. So there's the RAID delay seconds, which is a default, a defaulted, yes. You join the Discord now? Hey, willkommen. Ohayou gozaimasu. Welcome to our lovely Discord. Let's see here. It's not insanely active, unfortunately, but it's there as more or less an in-between stream message channel. Bits can also be changed over, so bits message format. So that is now a thing. Subs message format, GIF subs message format. So all that's good. So that the last thing that we need is these two. Hey. Alrighty, let's see here. So we need RAID delay is going to be conf dot RAID delay. And I think it should, like, we'll get the same thing. I'm fairly certain. I'll need to check this. So this is, whoops, that doesn't need to be there. That needs to be there. RAID delay returns the delay in seconds between a RAID and the RAID message being sent. RAID delay, this is returning an int. Get int. RAIDs.delay seconds. This doesn't need to be message format. We'll just call it delay and delay. There we go. All right, so now if I come back here, RAID delay, that looks like it's doing a thing. Sweet. Now the question is, does all this work? We still have an invalid ledger line, which I thought the ledger line would get deleted. But it does appear to be working at least. Ledger.txt, what we got here? Ooh, okay. Yeah, we don't have the, okay. That's a thing. I feel like this happened because of this. strings builder, key plus field separator, entry plus field separator, right string, buff dot right string, L dot line separator. I think that might be why it wasn't working. Let's find out. Yep, that was why it bloody wasn't working. Ah! All right, so we done goofed there. So I'm gonna commit this on the config branch just because it is technically config. It's technically a bug. Leave me alone. G commit. Fix ledger line separation bug. I fixed a bug in a feature branch. I know, I'm terrible. I am a terrible, 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 terrible person. Okay, so that is no more diagnostic. Which means the config is completely removed from main. It is now centralized inside of config. Except for the flags, but like, this is a CLI tool, so that you kind of expect that to be there. Ledger type is conf.ledger. Secret store type is conf.secretstore. Flags error handling. Yes, so for the channel. Now I feel like we started to make that a little bit smarter. I thought. Yeah, we shouldn't fatal out. Like, that's just silly. We should just do this, right? If not, doop. Channel should be prefixed with hash by default. Add it if missing. Hey. Yeah, that's the bot. That's finally the ledger working, and therefore, oh, that's why it wasn't working. Hey, Fuel, are you still around? Would you mind posting in chat if you are around? Dry Bones. Never seen Dry Bones before. Okay, yep, nope. That is because the ledger was bugged. So smooth brain, kind of. So in ledger.txt, this is how we basically keep an entry of who the bot has greeted. So because I wasn't adding the line separator, the new line, the ledger was just being written as one long line. So the ledger was failing out. So the bot wasn't getting its greeter ledger, so it wasn't able to actually check if it was, doing stuff or not. That's cool. But now it's fixed. Edit if missing. Initialize desired state for the bot. Register read logger. Yeah, we still want that. Initialize the secret store. Yep. I feel like I can introduce a panic if here. But that would actually be kind of cool, not gonna lie. Panic if. He goes to become mod and act like I don't know. Aww. Let's see here. So we got IRCWS, IRC start. IRC is both a client and a chat client. Yes, indeed. Feature toggles. Commands enabled or enable all. Handle commands. Greeter enabled or enable all. Get the ledger. Equal to nil. Precede names we don't want greeted. It's very easy to do. I am somebody that likes to laugh. It's I don't know. Life is just better when you get to laugh. Personally. Let's see here. Greet message format, greeter template. Sorry, I'm focusing in to make sure that I'm doing this proper. Register greeter, register raid handler. All of that seems to be working okay. Yeah. Yeah, seems to be okay. All right. So, start the bot only after all handlers are loaded. Because we do not currently support dynamic handler loading. And I think that gets us where we want to be with config. I do believe. Hell yeah. Now, config is obviously a much larger file than expected, but that's kind of fine. Honestly, I think that's very fine. We had kind of talked about this a little bit in the last stream, but I don't mind files like this that are basically collections of small functions if they are all more or less the same functionality. So like in this case, config has a ton of methods for grabbing the nickname, the ledger type, the secret store type, greeter, commands, raids, basically everything that is to grab config. It's all contained inside of this config file. So to me, if there's a bunch of small functions in this file, that's fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Make test. Make sure the tests are okay. Yep, tests are still good. We're still at 61.9%, so yeah. And then make docs. See the docs, make sure the docs are working properly. Now I'm back, everything done. Something like that. There we go. Localhost. Pull this over here. We now have GoDocs. My ear is driving me bonkers right now. And here's config. I just saw you have a YouTube. Yes, I haven't done it in a little bit, but I port over the VODs from Twitch to YouTube just for archive purposes. Here we go. We have GoDocs. And this is what I mean. This has a number of methods attached to it, but they're all config related. So to me, this makes sense to be in one file. So, do you stream? Oh, you do stream. Hey, let's give you a quick shout out. Playing Doom Eternal. Oh snap! Actually, I haven't watched Doom gameplay since I think it was Marvel was streaming it. But that's awesome. How do you find streaming? That was last night. Do you just play Doom, or are you a variety streamer? Oops, didn't mean to do that. Let's see here. What do we have? So we have config YAML, config go, go mod, go sum, go mod, go sum. What's git diff go.mod. Oh, I see. Okay. Go mod tidy. Go mod help. There we go. Go mod. Do we need to do anything for this? Edit, graph, vendor, verify. Yeah. All modules verified. Fantastic. And I'm just kind of curious. What is this going to print? Oh, Jesus. A dependency graph, ladies and gentlemen. That's disgusting. Whoa. Git diff config.yaml. .yaml. There we go. Sick. I think that's okay. Started with Sekiro a couple of weeks ago. Oh boy. How are you finding Sekiro, Shito? And so we're just making sure that all of this is formatted properly before we make the commit. Hey! To the lab at JTV. Aw, thank you so much, Aura. I appreciate it. Welcome. Interesting. So JTV. Huh. That's interesting. All right. So JTV is the... Why did it greet JTV? What happened? What did JTV... Oh. Oh, there it is. There it is. I shall not wait to have enough for Alt F4. Everybody be chasing that Alt F4. Interesting. So I'm just gonna grab that real quick. So apparently when you get hosted, it's just a priv message from JTV. Huh. That's kind of cool. Twitch accounts have to have at least 4 letters. True, but I think the Twitch admin accounts are 3 or less. Oh no, not at all. Not at all, Horror. That is good data. This basically tells me that there is a feature that I am missing, which to me is good. Vim readme. Vim re. I can't read like Sorcery does. Let's see here. Host. We'll just throw in here. Horror. Would you like to be immortalized in the README, or would you like me to anonymize this? It's hard as hell, but it's normal for a game in the Soul series. Exactly. Between watching Sorcery and please anonymize, no worries. Let's see here. Hoster, sure. Hoster is now hosting you. There we go. Done. Let's see here. Yeah, between watching Sorcery play Dark Souls, and let's see here, Spooky Ghost Machine. Between watching Sorcery and Spooky Ghost Machine playing Dark Souls, or just the Soul series in general, it's like, Thing is, I just clicked the BTTV button for hosting, and this is what happened. Gotcha. Interesting. Makes me wonder. So in that case, then I will add an entry in the me. Let's see here. Host to do. This was initiated by BTTV. Does Twitch do this? Good information. Thank you, Horror. I will double check that at some point. Okay. Git add config.yaml, config.go, main.go, and then go.star. I basically could have just done git add dot. I tend to not do that, or at least I try to not do that, just to prevent accidental commits. But yeah. I can't kill one of the mini bosses? Yo. I have seen what Sekiro defines as a mini boss. I call bullshit. To me, they're all bosses. What kind of music bands do I listen to? I am all over the place. I find that metal, dubstep, EDM, electronica, that kind of stuff, that kind of mix I really enjoy. I also have a soft spot for like medieval and medieval themed instrumental music. But then I also listen to bands like Heilung. Let's see here. Just take a brief pause as I'm thinking about a commit message. What does my YouTube music look like? Breakdown of Sanity, Apache, Versect, Serhad Dermis, that's a good one. Trivium, Gojira, Peter Gundry, Killswitch Engage, Bury the Light from Devil May Cry 5, good freaking song. What do we got in here? Indila, fantastic French singer. Lots of Trivium, lots of Cell Dweller. Versina, because I just like that style. Aviators, Uriel, Patty Gurdy, fantastic hurdy-gurdy. Just saying. Skald, Heilung, Ertan, Wardruna. Oh man, Lamb of God's in there. Hey, I forgot I had Lamb of God in here. That's cool. Yeah. So like, in a nutshell, I kind of yeah. I tend to be like really keen on like upbeat music, but my definition is that I like music that I can daydream to, which is a strange, like very personal, opinionated way of looking at music. But like I have this thing that I do because I mean, growing up, this is kind of what I did. I wrote a lot of short stories, and I used to do like a lot of like daydreamy type, like inventing stories in my head and kind of playing them out in my head. And one of the things that I really enjoyed was any music that basically I could put to like a battle scene in my head. So think like the traditional, typical fantasy style fight scenes, like big battle scenes. Those just play in my head all the time. So music that can be played to that kind of scene in my head. And actually, I have a YouTube music playlist, and I've ordered the songs in a particular way because when I listen to them, this scene, this like story, if you will, plays out in my head as I listen to the music. It's just fun. I don't know why. It's just a fun way to listen to music. But then when I'm working or when I'm trying to focus, I listen to a lot of Beethoven, violin concertos, chill step, like that type of music. Music that's soft and calming, but it doesn't have like a lot of attention grab to it, if you will. Insert Naruto Shippuden fairy tale battle music. Exactly. All right. Let's see here. Add config accessor methods move all flags. Move all config flags to config.yaml. There we go. It's the best battle music in all of anime. I need to actually. That reminds me. I need to put some more of that on my playlist. My playlist is massive at the moment, but it gets there. So move more stuff to config. We didn't actually do this off stream, so I'm going to remove that label. Oh, right. I meant to cut a release. Yeah, let's cut a new release real quick. Draft a new release. This is going to be MVP 2. Target main. I'll worry about the release notes here in a minute. Use an existing tag. I don't have a tag. I need to create a tag. So this would be... What did I call the original tag? MVP1. What tag was this? It was just MVP1? Okay, so let's call this MVP2. Publish release. And I will... On-screen data enablement. Add to-dos where necessary. I do, yeah. Unfortunately. Chat logging, basic commands, and auto greeter. Whereas this was this was expand test suite, feature request, ASCII Cthulhu command. What else did we do? Expiring keys for file ledger. I'm just doing like a change log. I need to look into the automated change log because automated change log is fantastic. Oh yeah, mustache templates for message format config keys. So we got plugin style bot handler architecture. It's who? There we go. That was a point redemption for feature request. Wanted an ASCII art Cthulhu. Plugin style architecture. Bot feature flags. That's a big one. That's a very big one. There. Okay, so that is the delivery, folks. Let me go and take care of that real quick. I will be right back. And I'm back. All right. Sorry. That was IKEA. They had all my stuff. So I kind of needed to facilitate that. All right. Testable WebSocket abstraction. That was a big one. That was a very big one. Thank you, Drybones. And there we go. Yes, I am one of those people that likes to take their time and actually write out proper change lists because, come on. One of the best snacks in the world. 72% dark chocolate. BFF is coming over to the house today and I have to clean. Please excuse. 72% Cheeto. I like dark chocolate. Oh man. Now the question is, what do we do? So we have... Yeah, we have config ported over. Need to add alert command for Drybones. And I do want to move over the other slobs commands. Yeah, so let's get checkout main. Can I send one of my shortest stories here? Absolutely. By all means. All right. So with that release published, now we can come back here. Pull request. Config centralization. Ready for review. Does anybody have any objections to this pull request? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Or submit a pull request. You don't eat so much of it and it tastes much better? Exactly. The supermarket near me, they sell these I can't remember the brand now. I think it's called Del Hayes, I think. It's Del Hayes 72% dark chocolate. And the reason that I like Del Hayes is because they don't use raw sugar. Which, I mean, dark chocolate obviously has a little bit of, well, the binding agent, I think, for the way that they make the dark chocolate has a little bit of sugar added. So, yeah, it is what it is. But it's really low. I think, like, net carbs is, like, 4 grams? 5 grams, maybe? So it's really low, but it's still sweet. And I can't remember what they use. I think they use, like, allulose or sugar, some type of sweetener alternative. So I just get like a stack of those bars. And each of those bars, it's like it's a row. So it's a row of, say, 3 pieces, and you can snap it off row by row. A serving size is 2 rows. I only eat 1 row at a time because that's just like a little snack, a little sweet snack during the day. So, yeah. All right, let's see here. Here's a happy state of my life. And Brad's father got down on his knees, started begging, please, I did what you asked. This story just went boom. I was into it though. Hell. Oh man. That gave me a chuckle. Let's see here. Remove config oriented CLI flags in favor of config.yaml. Do we want to call out anything else for this? I don't think so. Oh, that's right. We didn't do the required key logic. That's why we leave comments for ourselves. Vim config.yaml, or not config.yaml, config.go. Yeah, okay. So I don't think I want to be that prescriptive. I think what I want to do nick equals conf.get or conf.nick. If nick equals 0, blah blah blah, change to blah, nick. Here we go. Yeah, I think I don't want the panics to be inside of config. I was thinking about this yesterday, and it's like, it doesn't really make sense for that to be inside of the conf file. It makes more sense for that to be where it's consumed. So like if ledger type is equal to empty, it's my absolute fave, absolutely. Conf go. Same thing here. Main. And then secret store. Secret store type. There we go. Ledger type. Secret store type. Absolute favorite crazy. Oh dear. Oh dear. Hello, Kamikaze. How are you doing? Thank you so much for stopping by. Welcome to the lab. We're having story time. Well, Toaster Pastry is entertaining us with stories while I poke around on code. Which I kind of like that setup, to be perfectly honest. Oh my goodness. Sus. Very sus. Very sus. So in fact, we don't need this to be here. We could centralize that to here. Store password. Now we can configure IRC. So this is a lot of initialization. Still, like it's a lot of initialization. Oh my goodness. It's a little wild. Just finished cleaning and is not taking a break to charge phone before I go for a walk. That's a good time. That reminds me, I haven't been on a walk in a couple of days. Yeah, I need to go on a walk. Get out of the house a little bit. I'm doing good. It's been a while since I streamed, so I wanted to kind of catch up with that a little bit. And then streamed yesterday, really enjoyed it, realized how much I missed it, so I don't know, I just had a motivation to stream again today. Okay, so config go, make sure. I will say, pastry, just make sure that they are at least, they're not too dark. We do want to keep the chat at least a little lighthearted, but I appreciate it nonetheless. Nick, Ledger, Secret Store. So now that doesn't require any of that. So with that change, what I've basically done is I've moved the logic around required keys. I've moved that into main.go. So now main.go is kind of the decider of whether or not a config is missing or not, is a valid config or not. I think I might move that into config.go at some point, but right now is probably not that time, I think. Let's see here. So secret store type, status, git add book, git commit -m. I say I don't use git add dot, and then I immediately use git add dot. Whoops. Git commit -m, move conf checks for required config to main.go. I will probably change my mind on that. I might move those checks back to config.go, but for the time being, I think I'll have them sit in there, which means that this is no longer a thing. Then we got env vars. Ripgrab, there we go. os dot get env. So we have a couple of places where we are searching for environment variables. Oh, another one. Oh dear. Oh my. I feel like I've experienced that story in my life. Worked a little bit yesterday, but was also cleaning, doing laundry, so didn't have time to chat. That's perfectly fine. If anything, code is one of those things that, like, unless you're super invested in what's being built, it's kind of one of those, like, type of moments. Hey, the bot's working. Hell yeah. Oh, that makes me happy. Okay, so this is a thing that I like to do. Environment variables. I kind of like environment variables to be centralized for a couple of reasons. Number one, no thank you, pastry. That's probably about as dark as I think I would want it to go. I don't really like git environment commands. I don't like those being spread throughout the code. I like them to be in a centralized config, for example, because then it's one place that you have to check for what are the required env variables. And so things like this, I don't really want to have. I don't really want to have them sprinkled throughout the code like this. So obviously this was a quick, like, get it done, you know, make it work part, but now we're going to do the make it right, make it pretty. So to do this, we're going to get rid of that. We're going to say Twitch token is a string, so it gets passed in. Don't get any of Disco, but it's a nice place to hang out? No. Well, we appreciate having you here. If there's anything that the lab, I've always wanted the lab to be, it's a place for people to congregate, to have fun, to vibe out. If you're really into technology, even if you don't know what's going on, fantastic. You'll obviously be amongst good company. But if you're not, if you're just here to hang out and, you know, and chill, There is nothing wrong with that. I welcome it personally. Because I enjoy having all of you here. Let's see here. So that means that this ENV store now requires this. Twitch token equals os.getENV. Twitch token. Twitch token. There we go. Okay. Okay. Store type. Store type. Store type. So technically speaking, we don't really need to do the validation part in main.go. Since we validate, yeah, okay. So new secret store returns a secret store for the given type or an error if an invalid type is passed. So because of that, this more or less means that in main.go, well, yeah, that's still a thing. My brain's kind of going back and forth on this one because the ledger type, so here's the thought. Here's kind of the brain wave. So store factory. Inside of store factory, we pass a store type. So this would be one of these two, vault or env variables. And based on that store type, we initialize and return a new secret store based on which type we're given. We do have code that handles the invalid store type, which is very useful. In main.go, we're grabbing that ledger type, or sorry, the store type, the secret store type. We're grabbing the secret store type from config. Problem is that we're also checking if the secret store type is empty here. So, and this is useful because this is a very specific error message that says, hey, BT dubs, you were supposed to have a secret store key in your config file. You didn't have one. So that's a thing. I think I'm gonna leave it. Because this is a very specific error path, like how this thing could potentially break. I would like to know, I would like to at least be given a hint if this thing breaks, why it broke. And in this case, conf.secretStore, this would be empty if we didn't set it. So that would at least be a hint to me of like, hey, config key secret store not found / was empty. That's an immediate way for me to go back in and, oh, I need to fix this, jump into the config file. Versus if we just did this, it'd be failed to create secret store. Just to see what that looks like, though, because I am a fan of like doing. Go run main.go. Config.go off. Once we fix the imports part. Oh. right, because I didn't change it. Vim config.yaml. So if we were to delete that, the bot fails. Create secret store invalid store type. It's kind of sort of clear-ish that like, hey, I got an invalid store type, but it's not particularly clear that there's a space here. It's not clear that there's an empty string there. You could argue that I could fix that by just changing the what you call it? Oh, wrong thing. Here we go. I could change this by create secret store. Yep. Fatal create secret store. And then the error was invalid store type. So, but if I do this, whoa, don't know what happened there. Go run main.go. Fatal config key secret store not found /empty. That is at least to me a very explicit, oh, I need to come into my YAML file. I need to make sure that that's set. And then once I run it, now I'm back up to working running condition. That's kind of how my brain thinks about errors. Like I want, if I know in a very specific place that I can't handle the error, like I can't actually gracefully recover from that error, I'm a very big fan of being very explicit as to why this thing happened. I was a production support guy for a little while, so explicit error messages are like, they're really important to me. Exactly, Cheeto. And I feel like I'm starting to kind of push away a little bit from this error style. I still like the structured part of this, but I'm more of a fan of structured logs, which most of the time those end up being like JSON or HOCON. Just because like sending it to a centralized log sync, or even just parsing them. Like I can parse the logs with something like JQ. So much easier when they're done like that. We played T-Bowl. Not sure what T-Bowl is, Toast Pastry. What is T-Bowl short for? Surupson? You have to care about the Surupson. What is Surupson? SIR Upson? Oh, LogRS? Yeah. That is a feature that that is definitely on my radar. Plus, how can you say no to that walrus? Like, look at that walrus. Look at it. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Oh, that's an I. So sorry. The Binding of Isaac. Yes, I have played The Binding of Isaac, and I do watch pretty much every day. One of the rituals that I do in the evening as I'm kind of like laying down as I watch Sinvicta play The Binding of Isaac. It's just a fun time. It's such a good game. I personally don't play it now. Like these days, I don't play it, but Binding of Isaac's a good one. All right, Cheeto. I appreciate you mentioning that feature because swap. Let's see here. Centralize logging and introduce LogRS. And yes, I just turned that into a LogRS, as in Toys R Us. I'm a terrible person. We might actually do that in this stream if I can get through the commands, but thank you for reminding me. I wanted to do that and I completely forgot. I completely forgot that was a thing. All right, do we have anything else that we want in this? We didn't really do the env file centralization, so let me do that real quick. I say real quick. The question is, how are we going to do this? One possible way is to just pass in config. One way is to pass in the config object and just have this consume the config object directly, kind of like a context object. What do I want to achieve? I am attempting to centralize these calls to os.getEnv. Or at least I'm thinking that I want to centralize these calls to config.getEnv. Purely for documentation purposes, because I don't want a bunch of os.getEnv calls all over the code. And right now I have 5. So Vault, Twitch, so mostly in Secret Store, and then there's there's 2 for the ledger type. And it's more or less the same thing, like Redis host, Redis port, Vault host, Vault port, blah, 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 blah. I would much rather have that come from config, I think. Yeah, I think it makes sense to centralize that. Aren't you using centralized config? I am, yes. And that's more or less what I was considering. I was basically considering changing this to config. Doing like that. And I think it makes sense to do so. Config dot ledger. Conf dot it's called greeter expiration time, but I think it needs to be ledger. Oh, okay. Ledger expiration time. Yeah, I forgot about that. Crap. Save, DS, not greeter expiration time now, it's ledger expiration time. And key expiration time equals config dot ledger expiration time. Change to blip. Oops. Key expiration time. That keeps this more or less working. Yeah, I should definitely do that. Should definitely do that. Which means that these could be moved. So we could do like that. And then this would be more or less the same thing. Redis host, Redis port. Why is that formatting so weird? There we go. It's like, what is happening? Return os.getenv, Redis host, Redis port. Redis host if the ledger type is Redis. Redis port if the ledger type is Redis. Okay. Better. But is it good enough? Guitar, thank you so much for stopping by. Welcome to the lab. How you doing, mate? Let me give the guitar a quick shout out. Because I feel very bad. I have not been in one of Guitar's streams in a hot minute. I haven't been in many people's streams in a hot minute. Work has been very busy, but how you doing, mate? This is not my Vim. This is my Vim. That's not my Vim. This is my Vim. How you doing, mate? Anybody ever do that? Like, if you're a Vim user, do you ever do that? I do that in Slack all the time. Like, I'm in Slack and I accidentally go like CQ, like what? And then I immediately have to follow up with, wait, this is not my Vim. And everybody does the exact same thing. They just send the Vim emoji back at me. Like, yeah, I know. This is what I get for using a modal editor, but it's so good. All right, there's like a metric ton of cat hair on my desk right now. I need to get rid of some of it. There we go. All right. So that would centralize Redis host and Redis port. So if we come back to here, config.redis host and config.redis port. Redis port. There we go. Very tired, but I'll be working on music today. Ooh. What kind of music you got going? Color me very intrigued. You know what? Let's keep this here. Redis host equals config.redis host. Redis port equals config.redis port. The biggest reason that I keep doing this is so that if for some reason these functions failed, the stack trace will tell me exactly where it happened. Versus if it's contained in one line, then it all comes down to here, and then I basically have to guess, which is kind of bleh. It's not the worst, not the best either. Acceptable types of ledgers, I feel like might still... Does it still belong here? Yeah. Yeah, it does. I keep trying to move that those constants, but I just need to stop. Okay, so I'm gonna yoink these. Go into config. So we have the ledger. And now we have the secret store. Vault URL. And then vault token. Not change W, delete W. So we do like that. This becomes vault address. Or vault host for consistency. Vault token. Oh no, it would be vault address because it's both the host and the port. So yeah. vault address host plus port. If store type is vault. There we go. And vault address and vault token. If store type is vault. There we go. So now testing MIDI keyboard and Ableton. You can have a Silent Hill track in the Discord. Well, I know what I'm doing after I'm done here. That sounds awesome. What the hell? Config dot vault address. Store type config dot secret store. So this is now config. I know that's technically stuttering, but config dot vault token. There. Name stretch. Thanks, Sheeto. Oh, like both sides of my shoulder just popped there. Oh, superhero style track. Oh yeah. So my Hero Academia style music. Let's go. I'm all for this idea. I shall give a free cat cam redemption for it. Hi, Zelda. No cutie. And then this. Oops. Needs to be config dot Twitch token. Technically, we are encoding paths here, which is not the best, but it's also not terrible. And here we would return and Twitch token if store type is env. So the thing that a lot of people don't care for, gonna reboot my PC and then prep from a first ever official stream on the Twitch. Hello. Shout out to the Cosmic Horror who's gonna be streaming. That's freaking cool. I'm probably gonna miss it. I'm gonna feel very bad for it, but that is awesome, dude. Inaugural stream. Let's go. Go and give Horror a follow. Or has this just been an amazing community member? He deserves all the support that you all have been giving me. And Sorcery. And Spooky. And everybody in this community. Like, oh my god. Let's see here. Let me double check back at the token. Configure Twitch token. So now OS is no longer required there. New secret store type. Aha, right. So now we pass in conf. And what we could do is we could then move this into here. So okay. Return nil or return, yeah. config key secret store. No, it's not errors, it's package.errorf. There we go. Okay. So basically we just moved the validation logic for the secret store into the secret store factory. So config store, if store type equals bleh, config key secret store not found / empty, that's now an error. Then if we just get any other value other than vault or env, invalid store type. And you know what we should do is this. Number one, we're doing error F, so we should just be doing that. Valid values are %s, %s. So this is store type, vault, env. Yeah. Now we can be even more descriptive, which I like. And we can do the same thing for the ledger if I remember correctly. So let's go back into main.go real quick. Fatal, create secret store, blah. So real quick, let's see what this looks like. I should do this more. So we're gonna stop this, go run, boom. Configurator expiration up, main.go, that's because I goofed, oh, I still have a couple of things I need to do. Creator expiration time is now ledger expiration time. But the ledger is now taking config or conf, which means that expiration time doesn't need to be in here. Bam. Any other errors? Nope. Let's come over here, go run. Bam. Fatal, create secret store, config key secret store not found / empty. So much more detailed, so much easier to follow. So then we can just come back into config.yaml, fix that. Boop. Now ledger, I don't think is going to do the same thing. Well, it is. It is because it's doing the thing in main.go. And I don't need to do that anymore. Yeah. So that's the store. Ledger type. Is this used anywhere? Nope. So now we've just removed more config. So now in Ledger Factory, we can do the exact same thing. Invalid ledger type, %s, valid values are, and then we have 3 here, %s, %s, %s. I could be a little bit smarter about that, but yeah. You know what? We should be smarter about that. Ah, my ear. Meh. All right, so this is config.ledger. And then this would be... Are we really being smarter about it? Not really, no. Nah. %s. 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 We got config.ledger, and then we got, what do we have? We have Redis, file, mem. Bam. Okay. So ledger type equals config.ledger if ledger type equals da da da, return nil errors.errorf. Maybe? No. Errors.new. New L? No, it's new. Let's see here. Config key ledger not found / empty. So now this becomes ledger type. This is also ledger type. Boom. Now we are technically, we're making an assumption here, a very strong assumption, that if you, what is it? Vim config.yaml. That if you did this and if you did that, it's the same thing. I would say that that's honestly fine, because technically they are, to me, the same thing. So let's close that out. See this run. Aha. So create ledger, config key, ledger, fatal, create ledger, config key, ledger not found / empty. So we come into vim config, we save that, go run, everything's working. Let's just do a quick make test to make sure we're getting there. Yeah. Nice. So now we've got the centralization that we wanted. Not going to have required key functionality. And main.go got simplified because now we have everything where we want it to be. Hell yeah. Damn, this has been a productive stream. All right, so we got config, ledger factory, main.go, env store, config store, gcommit, centralize, env var. Have to go. Burgers are arriving soon, and soccer is running too. When are you streaming next time so I can't miss it? Definitely going to be back on the Saturday schedule. So Saturday morning, starting at 7 a.m. my time. I might try to slip in a stream on Wednesday mornings. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to be able to make that work or not, but we'll see. Basically, just trying to do like a midweek stream and then the Saturday stream. But again, we'll see if I actually stick to it. But Saturday streams definitely, unless something comes up and ruins the schedule. So that was a long-winded answer, but hopefully that answered it. But no worries, mate. Thank you so much for stopping by. It was great to see you again. It was great to see all of you again. And have fun with burgers and soccer, which just sounds nostalgic. Good time. I think I might eat a turkey burger for lunch now. All right. Centralize env vars into config.go. Which is more or less what we did. Status, git push origin config. Have a nice day. See us Wednesday or Saturday. Have a good one, mate. Thank you so much for stopping by. And boop. Bam. Centralize env var access into config.go. Right, Kamikaze? Like somebody mentions burgers and my brain just goes, burger, give me burger. Like, yes. Fries I can't do anymore. Oh. Ever since I cut my diet down to 1,200 kcal a day, in in the process of doing that, I basically had to get very selective about the types of food that I eat. Yeah, that was a good time. Stretch and hydrate. Thank you, Dry Bones. It do be snowing. Ooh. That is something that I'm very sad that I couldn't do. I was actually planning to go somewhere in Europe in December, and I wanted to go somewhere that actually had a chance to snow, because I don't really get to see snow near me. I mean, North Carolina has like random points of snow, but it's very, very rare, I feel like, and it's not like snow. It's like the tiny little coating on the top of the roof snow. So frost, more like. All right. Well, last call, last chance, double checking. Any objection? Has alert command been added? Nope, that's the last thing that I'm going to do for stream. Conversation, squash and merge. Squash and merge. Frauds would be the only thing you could have in the whole day, basically. Confirm squash and merge. Boop. I guess I'll just do lurk. Thank you so much for the lurk, Dry Bones. I appreciate it. Get pull. Your branch is ahead. Why is my branch ahead? Config centralization. Oh, right. Right. So we have config. Just want to make sure this is still good. Go.mod was updated. Go.sum was updated. Ledger factory was updated. Persistable was fixed. This was massively cleaned up. EMB store was cleaned up. Store factory was cleaned up. Yeah, we're all good. We's all good. -D config. Do you have any other branches laying around? Nope. Get fetch -P to prune off those branches. As you can see, we had a ton of them. All right. So. Ooh, it is 9:54. Okay. I may have lied. I may not be able to do that. Yep, I think I've lied. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that because I actually have to take off. Shit. Sorry, Dry Bones. That'll be the very next thing that we work on. I promise. Sorry. But anyway, that's going to do it for today. That was a very productive stream. Holy shit. I had fun. I hope you all did. Thank you all so much for stopping by. Again, my apologies for the massive delay in between streams, but getting back into it, finally getting back into it. So, thank you for the 10 bits, Guitar, 10 hours of research into the lab. I feel like I should alter that to be like 10 to 60 is minutes, and then beyond that, you start getting into hours. Math. Introduce math into the bot. What could possibly go wrong? Alrighty. Well, thank you all so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. Hope you have a good one. Stay curious, and we will see you all on the next time. Next stream. Words are hard. Bye, everybody.